What is up, everyone? OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to the PE Nintendo Switch and Gaming News video. Today, we've got some great information for you, so let's go ahead and jump right in. The sexy Brutale PEGI rating for the Nintendo Switch has surfaced. Now remember, Tequila Softworks said that they had no plans to port the sexy Brutale to the Nintendo Switch, according to Go Nintendo, or at least Go Nintendo writes. And yeah, it looks like they were playing a little bit dumb because the PEGI rating for the Nintendo Switch version of the sexy Brutale has surfaced. So that means there is definitely a port for that, otherwise Tequila Works wouldn't have paid for it. Now, if you remember, Tequila Works is the same studio behind Rhyme, which still hasn't launched on the Nintendo Switch, and there's a little bit of controversy there. And I think Straight Right, or the Australian team that's doing Sonic Mania, is also handling the port of Rhyme. Now that hasn't released yet on the Nintendo Switch, so it'll be interesting to see if the sexy Brutale releases before Rhyme does, despite them saying, yeah, we have no plans for that. So a lot of companies do play kind of dumb when it comes to these things, especially if they're looking to make a splash or have their own announcement, or if Nintendo's going to market or promote the game. So we'll see about the sexy Brutale. From what I understand, I did read on Metacritic, this game has an 83%. So from what I understand, it's a pretty good game if it has an 83% on there. Has an 8.4 user score, getting a lot of positive scores on Metacritic on there. 25 positive, only 2 mixed, and 0 negative. Based on the summary of the game, the sexy Brutale is a never-ending mass ball featuring intrigue, murder, and the quite possibly occult. Relive the same mysterious day where the guests at a casino mansion are being murdered by the staff over and over again. I didn't even know this game exists. I didn't cover it when it came out on the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. I think it came out earlier this year. I didn't even know that Tequila Works talked about the game potentially coming or not, or anything like that. I don't remember anything about this game, and I've never played it. So let me know about this, guys. Have you played the sexy Brutale? Is this game as good as the Metacritic score is saying it is? And is it something that you think Nintendo Switch owners would be down to play, purchase on their system? Because apparently it's coming. So let me know, because 83%, that's a solid score. So that's a good game. So I wanted to talk about it. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below. Alright, and moving on to the next article here. Ultra Street Fighter 2, the Final Challengers version 1.1.1 is available. Now this version adds a couple different things here. We have balance changes, and we also have online functionality tweak. Now we don't have any full things as far as exactly what those changes are, but they basically smoothed some things over, made the online play better. Now I do think this was kind of planned, because at the San Diego Comic-Con they revealed that you can play as Shin Akuma by doing all of these crazy steps with color swaps and palettes and canceling out and pressing L and R and all these different things. You can play Shin Akuma. Nobody really knew about that, and they revealed that. Then they have this version 1.1.1 update in order to probably spark more interest into the game. But I do feel that they're going to have a little bit of a price drop first, maybe to 20 bucks before people really jump in. Now the game is sold reasonably well considering it being an old port and at $40, but I think that once it hits the price point of $20, people are really going to jump onto this. It will be somewhat of an impulse buy for all those old school Street Fighter 2 fans out there. So Capcom is still going to keep on plugging along, probably announce some more stuff. Maybe there's another secret character out there, and maybe they can do some more balance tweaks and changes as the time goes on, especially once that price goes down a bit. I would say Black Friday, that type of deal, that's where you're going to get it, to where it's probably 20 bucks. I think that'd be pretty good for like a physical collector out there, especially if you love Street Fighter 2. Got a physical cartridge version of Street Fighter 2. That's insane. That game has just really been digital as far as the re-releases go, outside of the original Super Nintendo and Genesis and all of that. I've only played it just a little bit, haven't played it too much, just been covering so much other stuff, but I do feel that it's a pretty good game. Obviously it's Street Fighter 2, it's good, right? So we'll see what happens going forward in the future with that game. Alright, and moving on to the next article here. Tetsuya Nomura says that he's honored to work on Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and more characters will be revealed. So just a little bit of alert here, guys. I'm going to avoid a lot of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 news when it comes to actual gameplay elements and things like that, but stuff like character designs or music I'll talk about. I want to go into this game fresh. I don't want to know everything like I did with Xenoblade Chronicles X, because the Japanese version launched before the US version, but even then they were just going over a ton of stuff. So I am going to go in fresh. So the information that I share for you guys as far as Xenoblade Chronicles 2, it's never going to be so much more in depth or so much more like spoilerish territory, because I do want to go in fresh. So let's go ahead and get into this article here as far as what Tetsuya Nomura had to say. This is Square Enix's Tetsuya Nomura, Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah, that dude, he had a recent Famitsu interview, so let's talk about it here. So, quote, Nomura considers Monolith Soft boss Tetsuya Takahashi to be like his master, Whoa, is that lost in translation there? I guess not. Takahashi acted as a mentor and helped guide Nomura back when they were both at Square Enix. Nomura says it was an honor to be offered the role to work on Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Aside from the 2 characters we've already seen so far, there are even more who haven't been revealed. Nomura designed them by thinking about the personalities of each character, their weapons, etc. The work Nomura did for Xenoblade Chronicles 2 finished quite a while ago. So just to let you guys know, Tetsuya Nomura first started out as an ace-like character designer, character development at Square Enix. That's what he was doing beforehand. And really, that's what he kind of rose to fame for. Now, he's been put in different roles as far as Final Fantasy and then Kingdom Hearts and other stuff like that. But that's really where he's at his most comfortable. And I feel that's where he's at his best, really, is when he's designing characters, when he's thinking about the plot, when he's doing those things. As a designer of games, I'm not 100% behind him, you know, as far as what he can do, because sometimes his like when he's overseeing a game, just all sorts of crazy things happen. But I feel like when he's designing characters, when he's putting together things, he's really good at that. And these character designs for the characters that they've shown off so far for Xenoblade Chronicles 2 look great. I love the 2 designs that he's had so far, and if there's more characters designed by him, I think that's going to be really good as well. So let me know what you guys think about Tetsuya Nomura as far as character designs and Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and are you guys hyped for the game? I know I am. It was my #1 most anticipated game for 2017, beating out stuff like Fire Emblem Warriors, Super Mario Odyssey, and all the other games the Switch is getting. So yeah, I'm super hyped for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Alright, and moving on to the last article here, we have a little bit of a discussion. We're going to be talking about Splatoon 2 Japan. The lines were massive. I talked about this just a little bit probably in previous videos, not 100% sure, but I'll talk about it again, plus my own impressions, my own thoughts about the game. Splatoon 2. Absolutely amazing. The lines in Japan, people getting their systems, buying the unique Splatoon 2 packs with the Switch and the Joy-Cons, and then the game as well. They were huge. People were lining up in the thousands to pick up this game. Obviously, the Nintendo Switch is having just a little bit of a shortage problem, and I'm pretty sure Nintendo diverted more stock to Japan than maybe other places because of Splatoon 2. Now, I went around to various local stores of mine. I even snapped a picture today, if you follow me on Twitter, as far as Walmart getting a fresh restock for Splatoon 2. So yeah, Nintendo is making sure to restock places, although Japan was absolutely insane. So it's going to be interesting to see how the media create plays out this upcoming week, in addition to the sales of Splatoon 2, because it's looking, based on some of the stuff that we've heard, that it's going to be at least minimum 500,000 units sold in terms of Splatoon 2 copies in Japan alone, and that's just physical. We don't know what it's going to do digital, because the eShop kind of slowed down and completely broke when Splatoon 2 launched, but Nintendo was able to get it back up quickly. So yeah, Splatoon 2 is going to be huge. Obviously, these pictures you're seeing, people are hyped for Splatoon 2 in Japan. But Splatoon 2 is my #5 most anticipated game for 2017, and for good reason. But now that I've actually gotten hands-on time and I've put in hours of gameplay into Splatoon 2, it is even better than I thought it was going to be. Salmon Run is quite possibly the best new mode added to a game in quite some time. It takes the normal horde mode that you're playing, like let's say Gears of War or Mass Effect, but speeds it up. It speeds it up and it makes it more fun, and it intertwines it way more with the single player in terms of gear, what you can do, and the stakes. The stakes there are so high, whereas the stakes on any other horde mode that I've played, they're not high. It's like your ranking or whatever you do, anything just benefits you. In Salmon Run on the Nintendo Switch for Splatoon 2, you really have to make sure that you go there ready to play, because if you fail, there are consequences, and the tension that brings, the different boss battles, how you have to fight them when they come up is just absolutely amazing. It is amazing what they did with this Salmon Run and how it's like an online event. You gather your teams together. It's relatively easy to play with random people online or recruit your own team members, make something. So that's actually something that's pretty good that they did, and what they incorporated to where Salmon Run is just so good, and it's easy to link up and play with your friends online. So that's something that I do like. Now, one of the things about Salmon Run, which I think is really good, is the difficulty. Obviously, the difficulty, if you're playing offline, I guess you could increase it. The online progressively gets harder and harder as each wave. They supply you with weapons, and you kind of have to go through and make the most of your weapon. And it's great because not only does it teach you how to play the game as far as aiming and shooting and the different weapons. That's the biggest thing. There are weapons on there that I know I would have never picked before. For example, like the bucket, where you're just tossing paint. I probably would have never picked that on my own if it wasn't for Salmon Run saying like, hey, try try out this weapon. And guess what? I actually like it. I really like the weapon, and now I'm going to try out that weapon once I can buy one in the store. So the way that they did Salmon Run is just absolutely brilliant. If I can just play Salmon Run all the time, that would be awesome. I give Salmon Run by itself a 10 out of 10. Now let's talk about Splatoon 2, because there are some great things about the game, and of course there's some stuff that they can improve. For me, Splatoon 2, the online multiplayer is absolutely superb. It's exactly what you would expect, because Splatoon 1 was amazing, but Splatoon 2 is even better because you have more options for controls. Obviously, you can play handheld mode, you can play tabletop, you can play with the Pro Controller, you can play with the Joy-Con split, you can play with them together in the grip. Tons of play styles for everyone, and I think that it's great. They have different rankings for each of the ranked battle, then you also have the different modes in there, so that's also really good. You have the league battles in there as well. Obviously, the online voice chat and some of that stuff needs to be implemented way better. Right now, from what I can understand, you can only do the online voice chat within the app in just like the online lounge, and they don't have it to where you can do that in other places. Hopefully there's an update for that. So there just needs to be better integration when it comes to inviting your friends, being able to play with them, although they do have the join game feature as well, but they need to be able to have it to where you can have the online lounge in there and invite someone from just the regular battles or just the ranked battles as well. There needs to be some way to incorporate that. So it's a little bit of a damper on the game, but overall it's still really good, and you can always of course use whatever means that you have. Obviously my crew, as far as what we do, we use Discord, and we're having a ton of fun in there. People can just hop in whenever they want because they're already part of the Discord on there. So let me know what you guys think about Splatoon 2. Obviously it's a little bit of a pseudo review there. I'm still going through. I just did an amiibo. Obviously I got some amiibo gear that's in there, and the more that you play, you can get more amiibo gear. So there's a lot of stuff with this game. I even played the rhythm game that's in there where you can play different ones. That was fun as well, but super hard actually if you go to the hardest difficulty. So a lot of great stuff about Splatoon 2 so far. I'm loving it, and maybe I'll have more of a formal review as I continue to play the game, play the different modes, and learn more about the game in general, because there's just so much stuff. There's so much gear. The single player, I'm still just past the first boss on there. Still got to play more of that, so there's a lot to do with Splatoon 2. It is an amazing game, full of content, chocked and packed full of content. So I'll definitely have more on Splatoon 2 going forward in the future. Let me know what you guys think about Splatoon 2. Are you enjoying it? And let me know your favorite things about the game in the comment section below. Alright, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Like and follow on social media. It really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon page. Pledge any tier. Be entered to win some awesome prizes each month. In addition to that, we have Discord voice chat and $10 prize eShop tournaments for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We'll have Splatoon 2, ARMS, and so much more. So support PE Live and PE Arena right here on PlayerEssence. Also, make sure you hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest news, reviews, discussions, and more. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace.